Hello and welcome to this edition of The Power of Niagara, where we talk about major issues in higher education. My name is Bill Angus. I'll be the host for this segment, and I've got the pleasure to have two of the MBA students with me for this episode. On my far right, I've got Chris Cornier, who is both the office coordinator of the MBA program and an MBA student as well. And then beside me, I've got Morgan Morata, who is a MBA student, but also a graduate assistant at the Curran Rec Center, and she's got a job in human resources, I believe, at Niagara Falls Memorial Hospital. I don't know how you do all that. So both these students do have jobs, and at the same time, they're working through the MBA. They're in their second year. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Well, it's always interesting. We've talked to Brian, who essentially runs the MBA program and does the recruitment and that, and you're actually in the program. So let's talk about what the program's like. I'm going to ask you a bit about some of your job functions in the MBA, but to begin with, Brian said that essentially the classes were small. That's obviously true.
Yes.
How do you find that?
How do you find small class sizes?
Well, not how you find the classroom itself, but how do you feel about having very small classes?
Yes. As far as having the small classroom sizes, it's perfect for me, and I think Morgan can attest to that. We have about an average of 20 to 25 students, and a lot of our classes are very participation-based, group projects and things like that. But it makes for so much interaction one-on-one with the professor. Mm-hmm. And the diversity in our classroom is so interesting. To work with people from China, Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia. So you have so much diversity in the classroom, and then you get so much one-on-one interaction
Right.
with a lot of professors who have so much experience. So it creates for a great education.
Morgan, one of the things they say about, I guess, education, the greatest fear that a student has is public speaking. In fact, it's ranked number 1. Death is ranked number 5. So I guess if you had to give a speech at a memorial or something, it'd be pretty frightening. How do you find that? Because, I mean, a lot of students might say, you know, I don't want to have to speak in front of the class. And I've been noticing that a lot of students really don't want to do that. But it is a skill you need.
Absolutely. So when I was in the undergrad program, I actually took a public speaking course, and it's frightening. It's terrifying. But then as you go through the business program and you go through the MBA program, each class you're in, you are required to be in group projects and present in front of the class. And every time you do that, it gets easier and easier and easier. And with that educational level of being able to speak publicly in front of your class, some of them you know, some
Right.
of them you don't. But with that being said, it has also helped me to talk one-on-one to professors in a normal manner, to be able
Mm-hmm.
to talk at work in a normal manner, to be able to present to a group of managers also. So it's definitely beneficial to have those group presentations and projects in class.
Yeah, and I know when I went through university, the one thing that we did not have to do was talk in front of the class or give presentations. And, you know, if you can believe this, I graduated as an attorney, and I was nervous in court. I mean, I sweated. I mean, I had to go home and have a shower afterwards because I was so nervous talking in front of a group of people. So as bad as that may seem to someone, it is necessary in business. I mean, you have to speak in front of people, I take it regularly, because
Yes.
you do part of the recruitment.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's probably, I would think that a lot of students would say that's the one skill I get that I really need. And you're right, it does get, I mean, here you're on TV today. I mean, I would think that, say 5 years ago, this is something you wouldn't think you'd be doing.
Absolutely not. And back to the public speaking thing, even when I'm sitting in meetings with just executives from the hospital, it is frightening, but I feel confident that I can speak in front of people and know what I'm talking about and have that open conversation with people too. So
Yeah, I would say that's one of the good skills you get. Now, we talk about all the international students. I'm always fascinated at some of the students I see around here and from how far away they've come or how diverse the culture is. You're both what I classify as American students. Are you making contacts that you think you might keep beyond the school?
Yes, absolutely. I have best friends I've met in the MBA program. Like I said, got a best friend from Romania, best friends from China. And, the world is, moving towards technology and things like that. So you're able to obviously, keep in contact through texting, through Facebook and things like that. And it's great because you're getting an American MBA, but you're getting such a global perspective from students in the classroom. Like you said, when they interrupt and they say, this isn't how we do it in our country, and the class is so intrigued, well, how do you do it in your country? And learning from them in group projects I've had, such as accounting and my management courses, it's really been a great experience.
So, I guess you're both starting, well,
Okay, you want the break signal?
you are working. I guess you're, take a break? Okay, we'll take a break and be right back. Welcome back to Power of Niagara, and we've got our guests here, Chris and Morgan, who are students in the MBA program. Now, when I say MBA program, I mean obviously you take a business course. What other courses do you take?
Yeah, so we have a wide range in our curriculum. So we have 5 blocks. The first block is the prerequisite courses. So those are designed for students who may have not studied business in undergrad. So they may have studied like communication, sociology, criminal justice, education. So that's block 1. Block 2 is our core courses. So a finance, a management, your upper level accounting, management information systems. A very cool course based on learning about updated technology and innovations, things like that. And then you have to take a specialized management course. So you either have to take project management, supply chain management, or production and operations management. And then we have 10 concentrations to choose from. So myself, I specialize in marketing. I've taken marketing engineering, which is a really cool course where you analyze consumer data, you make conjoint analysis and things like that. And then you have to take your capstone. And that kind of should be your last course. It integrates everything you learned in the program. So it's 51 credit hours in total. Based on prerequisites, you can get out in a year with only taking 33 credit hours. But there's a wide range of classes you can take to specifically fit what you're trying to do in your future career in our MBA program.
I understand you have a good law class too.
Yes, you were my professor. Yeah, yes. Great class.
Now, Morgan, you've got a job. You also work here on campus. I see you were a student basketball coach of Special Olympics in New York. When I went to school, I just went to school. I mean, I worked in the summer to get money to pay for the school, but I just went to school during the school term. How do you two find time? Like, you've got a full-time job, right?
Yes.
So how do you do that and still keep your grades up? I mean, I frankly don't think I could do that.
Yes, it's sometimes very challenging. So myself and Morgan, we obviously work 40 plus hours a week. So like myself, I'm 9 to 5 every day. You know, I coach twice a week. I have classes on Saturday. Sometimes my club sport coaching job, my games are played on Sunday. So I'm busy 7 days a week. I have, 3 classes, homework on top of it. It's a lot to manage. But it's great for our program being a student, understanding the administrative perspective as well. Everything is precisely managed, as it should be in any business, any corporation. So I'm learning a lot based on what I'm doing, everything I'm doing in work right now, and everything's really coming together.
Yeah.
A lot of it's time management too. You are obviously going to sacrifice a lot of your social life, but
You have a social life as well?
well, yeah, I
don't
do.
know. I don't know how
Little
you can do
sleep,
it. Yeah.
but social life, school, work. It is hard to manage, but you do what makes you happy, and some things have to give sometimes. And if we're only 23, 22, 24, in 7 months from now, I'm probably going to be bored because I'm not going to have much to do.
Stuff to do, yeah.
I tell myself that all the time.
Like we used to, Friday night was beer night.
Saturday morning is class morning, so Friday night is homework night.
You can't, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you do get your homework done a little bit earlier in the week, so you kind of enjoy your Friday night beer night or Saturday night beer night, because Sunday you don't maybe go into work till 10 a.m.
You're millennials, and you hear a lot of negative things about millennials on TV. You're lazy, you're self-absorbed, you obviously aren't fitting the mold here. I mean, a millennial is looked at as someone who lives in their parents' basement and essentially plays video games and things. You're out there working away, doing something that I don't think I could do.
I think a lot of the stereotypes on millennials is that they're lazy, but a lot of people aren't realizing that there are different technologies that we use to make our everyday lives easier. So we may come off as being lazy, but we also know how to use these technologies to make our life a little bit easier.
I'm quite impressed that you guys have full-time jobs. I mean, I don't think you guys are lazy at all. I don't think I could keep up with you if I was your age. I would find it difficult. No, congratulations. I think you're doing great. If you can do all this. And at the same time, the Vincentian tradition here at Niagara is that you care for less fortunate. So you do charity work. You've been a bell ringer.
Yes.
Did you go for training on that, or did they just give you a bell and say, go ring the bell?
Yes, there was a training involved. It was fairly quickly. But it's all for a good cause, and I really enjoyed giving back anytime I could.
It's nice. I mean, you see the Salvation Army in the foyers of stores as you approach them at Christmas, and they're always very pleasant people. And the Salvation Army, if I can give them a plug, is one of the things they have the highest percentage of money that is given to the charity and the lowest that goes for administration. It's quite impressive. I mean, it was, I may be wrong, but it was somewhere around 92% goes back to the needs of the people they're trying to serve. Very impressive organization. And of course, when you were dealing with the Special Olympics, again, another group that it's very nice that you could be able to do that, and it means a lot to them, and it helps make their life just as normal as everybody else's.
Yeah, that's actually a course that Niagara offers here too.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yep. So it's a humanities course, and you take it during your undergrad though, and you are working hand in hand with Special Olympics, and you are teaching them basketball. And at the end of the course, your class puts on this huge event, and so that's kind of how I got into that whole level, and it is held at the Kiernan Center too. So usually it's a senior level class. I did take it as a sophomore because I knew the professor, and it was so rewarding. It was so rewarding.
I can imagine how nice that would be. You both came into the program. You're obviously working hard. I assume your averages are above 3, right?
Yes.
Good. Well, I know you're doing a lot of other things, but how do you feel about the program? Is it what you expected?
Yeah, I think it's more than what I expected. I mean, I'm taking in-class classes on Saturdays, some during the week, and then of course online ones as well, because we do have that offering too. I love Niagara. This is year 6 for me, so I mean, it's absolutely what I expected.
It's not because you're a slow student. You've
No.
actually gone 6 years of
Yeah, 6 years full time. Not because I'm a slow student.
Now, just so the audience knows, when you say you do a Saturday class, technically they're 9 to 5.
Yes, yeah.
And I've taught Saturday classes. They're very difficult on the students, especially if you've been somewhere Friday night, and you've got a set. And I'm not knocking any of the professors here, but certainly if you're doing like a stats class, that's a long 8 hours.
Yes.
Versus some of the other topics where you can have a bit more fun. But stats is sort of like full concentration. You've also done a trip, I believe, with the MBA, or was that undergrad?
That was undergrad, yes.
Okay.
But you can do trips with the MBA program as well, as far as studying abroad goes.
What's the trip this year?
The trip this year will be held in China, similar to last year, and it was very cool. I unfortunately was not a part of it. I would have loved to, but it was great. I've got pictures and videos on our social media websites. The students really enjoyed it. So they travel to different businesses in China, and they see the inner operations, and they meet all the managers. For example, they went to a car factory, and they see how cars were made and things like that.
Well, which is valuable, since China is one of our biggest suppliers of goods, plus one of our biggest competitors.
Yes.
I don't want to create trouble here, but you know, when I took the students to Europe, your job got to come along for free.
Oh.
Because your job had to assist on getting people from place A to place B to place C and on. So you should maybe bring that up.
Yes, and we have, and it's a good possibility. I will be going.
When is
really?
it this year?
For free?
In May, yes.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Well, then I didn't tell you something you didn't already know, but it would be a good thing. Now, they're doing online courses, Chris, and how do you feel about online courses?
Yep. Well, I've taken,
Oh, you've done some?
yes, I've taken one online class, and then I've taken 2 hybrid courses. We offer online courses in 5-week formats. Now, it's not like Saturdays where you have to be there 9 to 5. We've, have the latest innovations in technology to accommodate for this. So you will be taking an online class, say in strategic information systems, for 5 weeks at your own pace. You will have your due dates, all the readings will be online and things like that.
Okay, so, and you've taken online as well?
Yes, I'm actually in that class right now.
Oh, okay. Now, if you're online, do I know who else is in the class?
Yes.
So if I have a problem, I can call you or Chris and say, hey, what's this all about? Type thing. The online class doesn't occur at one time, like it isn't like Tuesday night at 5. It's when I have my time. So you could be working online and you could be working over in the office or something.
Yes.
Okay, so then, can I do this? Can I speed it up so I can get through the course real quick? Like I start working on it and I go, I gotta dedicate 3 days to this and just get this.
Yes, because our Canvas system monitors how long you are online. So if you do decide to, do as much as your work as possible in 3 days, it will keep track of how many hours you're putting in.
And I get credit and I can get through the course.
Yes,
quicker.
and it will show, the professor will see how much hours you're putting into the course.
That's great.
And he'll realize, hey, this person has been doing most of their assignments for this 2 to 3 day span, rather than taking your time.
My one course, she puts modules up weekly. So so you'll have a whole week to do your one module, the next week to do your second module. So as far as finishing the class early, in MIS, you don't really have that opportunity, but you do have the opportunity to finish your week's worth of homework at the beginning of the week rather than waiting until it's due on Saturday. But I know for other courses, they sometimes will upload everything. You can start working on things in advance, but specifically for strategic MIS, it's week by week.
Is this course in your, well, I should ask. I was going to ask you if you like it, but I guess that's not good. You haven't finished it.
This is actually my last week. Tomorrow's my last day.
Really?
Yep. Saturday is the last official day. I like it. It's very interesting. There's a lot of different types of videos, YouTube, TED Talks, articles that she puts up that are so relevant to today's technologies and things like that. So I like that aspect. It is a 5-week course, so it is a lot of work. It's a lot of time management, a lot of dedication. I come home at 10 p.m. and I'm up till 1 a.m. reading articles and doing homework. But that's my lifestyle. I work so many hours a week, so I do need to put time aside at the end of the night to do homework. It's time consuming. It is, but it's worth it.
Yeah, you call it a lifestyle. I would sort of suggest you maybe don't have a life.
And I want to say I took the same course in 15 weeks. So we do have, that's a core class that Morgan's taking, Strategic Information Systems. Yeah. You are able to take courses in 5 weeks or 15
or
weeks.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I took the course in 15 weeks, hybrid format, and I got a lot out of it. It was bi-weekly. Hybrid course. And my favorite part about it is we were talking about the latest trends in technology, Amazon with food products, technology replacing humans and things like that. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, one more reason to have an MBA is because the lower jobs in many cases are being replaced by machines.
Yes. Yeah.
Robotics is just moving like crazy. And the robots do good jobs.
Yes.
And they don't take up much time. It's interesting that now you're in second year. Are you looking for work while you're working? Are you looking for work now outside the campus? Are you planning on staying around here? Or?
Yes, there's a few companies I'm looking and getting into, and we have great faculty and professors that I can obviously link myself towards. Obviously, like Rich Products have a management training program. A lot of professors are reaching out to me to get in connection with and things like that.
So they're helping you look.
Yes.
That's great.
So I'm working full-time while I'm getting my education. I'm coaching as well.
What are you coaching?
I'm coaching women's club basketball right now. Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
And that sort of gives you some experience in teamwork and all
Yes.
those issues. Do you have a favorite class? And I'm not putting the pressure on you here.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite course that you've taken in the MBA or like?
Yes, and I will say that in the MBA program, there has been subjects that I would find more challenging, obviously, such as stats and accounting.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, but I will say we have such great accounting professors that have brought, talked about their real world experience and made the class so interactive that I really enjoyed accounting.
Mm-hmm.
So subjects such as that I really enjoyed because of the great professors we have, such as Joe Winter and Ian Burt. But as far as speaking of my favorite courses, I would have to say they are the marketing concentration courses. I learned a lot from our MBA director, Paul Richardson, in analyzing all this consumer data, doing so many conjoint analysis. I'm now certified in Google Analytics. And he's also the chair of the food marketing program. And like I said, he has the great connections with Rich Products and Wegmans and all these other companies. And then I'm taking now a production commercial marketing class with Professor Mark Parker. And that's he brings such great real world experience.
Now let's talk about that. You've mentioned that twice now. Real world experience. You're getting taught by people that have actually done the job.
Yes.
Which is important. Do you have the same feeling or experience?
Absolutely. My own personal preference is to look for professors who I know are actually doing the job, because I feel like they have a lot to bring to the classroom. Mm-hmm. There's a lot to say about learning theory, but there's also a lot more to say about learning practical things that happen in the workplace. And so I've had professors who are directors of human resources. I've had professors who are working in marketing environments. And they do bring a lot to the classroom setting. They give you real life examples of things that do occur when you are done with school and you do have a job.
Oh, it's great when you get someone that says, this is a theory, this is what should have happened, but this is what really happened.
Yes.
Because things don't quite always work out the way the textbook tells you it's going to work out. And it does great. Now, did you do the MBA during the summer as well?
I took one summer course so far. And it was a great experience. And that was actually the course in accounting with Professor Joe Winter, who made it very interactive. It was a presentation and things like that. And he's such a great professor in teaching you step by step how to do the problems.
Now, when you take a course, you get 3 credit hours,
Yes.
and in total I have to have 51.
51, yes.
And what if I'm not doing all that well? What's the lowest average I can graduate with?
Yes. As far as graduating from the MBA program, you need to have at least a 3.0 GPA and meet the 51 credit hour requirement.
Now, for those that are more used to gradings of A, B, C, what is a 3?
A 3.0 is a B average.
So I have to have a B average or I don't get my certificate. Now, if I don't have the 3.0, can I take a course again and try to get it up? I mean,
Yes, absolutely. You can retake courses, and say you have an F in, let's just say statistics or something like that, and you retake the course.
Yeah.
The course will show on your transcript, however, it will not factor in your overall GPA. The F will not, but the replacement grade will. So
the F goes on your transcript?
yes, but the average is not weighted in as you retook the class.
It's kind of embarrassing, though. Like, could we just replace it with the new grade? If you took it and you got a B. Yeah, I know schools do that, but it just isn't something I would really expect. Well, we're into our last minute. I told you it would go fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I appreciate you both being here. If you want to say hello to anybody or make any comments about anything here, about Niagara University, now's the time to do it.
I think I can just say for the most part, we really enjoyed our experience, and we would gladly talk to anyone if they were interested in joining.
Okay, so how would they get in touch with you? Through the MBA office?
Yes, so I'm the office coordinator of the MBA program, and you can email at mba@niagara.edu or reach us directly anytime at 9 to 5 during our normal hours,
Yeah.
716-286-8596.
And we obviously don't want to give your personal number out, but they can reach you through the MBA office as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if anybody has any questions in regards to not having a life at all, sure. No, I have a life, I promise.
You do.
I
Good,
do.
Good,
Yes.
good.
Little
good.
sleep, but a life.
Well, sleep's overrated.
It is.
You know.
No, we don't need it.
Okay, well, thanks very much for coming to the show, and I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to be here. And I don't know, maybe down the road we can have a follow-up show.
Yeah.
So thanks very much, and hope to see you again.
Thank you for having us.